Hello there everybody, it is me XFreezerBunny and welcome back to another Sims 4 CC overview. So today we are going to be checking out part 5 of the Old Manila set. This set covers the formal dining room of a Filipino ancestral house, and this set comes with 39 new items for build and buy mode. And the set is currently up on early access on my Patreon, and public release is on December 21st, so please keep an eye out for that. Now that intro's out of the way, I am very excited to show you guys all of the new items because, as you know, we are currently working towards furnishing our ancestral house here, and I'm really excited to make some progress. We made quite a bit of progress actually in this set, so I'm gonna go ahead and start off with all of the new build items as per usual. So this set comes with 3 new wallpapers. We have this wall mural that I'm really excited about. So we have this one, which is a seamless version of the wall mural. So yeah, this is the seamless wallpaper. I really love this blue-gray swatch. I love using it for the interiors actually. So the second version of this wallpaper is actually this single panel version. And these wallpapers do go with the original board and batten wallpapers from the very first part of the Old Manila set. So as you can see, it basically has the same base, but obviously these ones have some wall paintings. And here it is in a bunch of different swatches. And of course, you can also combine these if you want to have like a certain look. Like so. And the final version of this wallpaper is this 2-panel wallpaper. So yeah, this one actually has another version which is offset by 1 tile. So as you guys know, wallpaper in The Sims 4 can sometimes, you know, be very tricky, like wallpaper placement. If you want to, for example, use this as a frame to the seamless version of the wallpaper, you can do that as well. Like let's say you have this size wall, and if you want to have a frame for this, you can just you know, use the different version of that wallpaper as well, and it should be able to frame you know, the seamless version quite nicely. And I think, I don't know, it's a small detail, but I really like how it looks. So yeah, you can do that. And you know, you can also just use this as a regular wallpaper as well. The next item that I'm going to be showing off is actually the new ceiling that comes with the set, and it's actually a floor tile. So I think there's 8 different patterns in total for the ceiling. So this is the base. And basically I tried to make it so that you can basically use the ceiling in like whatever shape of room you have. So we have this corner piece right here, and we also have a more elaborate corner piece, and then we have this piece right here which goes over here like so. And there's also like a middle piece as well. So, you know, you can mix and match whatever like shape of room you have. I'm just trying to do this as quickly as I can. But yeah, you can just so yeah, you can do something like that. And as you can see, the floor pattern itself is seamless, and I don't know, I feel like the ceilings, you don't really get to see them when you're doing regular gameplay, but I feel like when you're taking screenshots and stuff like that, it does add a certain, you know, I think it definitely makes it feel more realistic. Anyway, so yeah, I think that's it for all of the build items that come with this set. Let's go ahead and move on to the buy mode items. Okay, so starting off with the buy mode items, I'm gonna go ahead and start off with the dining tables. I feel like the dining table is always the focal point of the dining room. So we do have some standard dining tables. We have a long version and we have a short version of, your typical dining table. Well, actually, they're not your typical dining table because they're a little bit wider than your typical dining table. So we also have a dining chair and an armchair, and I'm gonna grab one of these and just wanted to show you that these dining tables are slightly wider. And I just wanted to show you that these dining tables are slightly wider than your typical dining tables in game. And yes, it took so much time to redo all the slots just to make this functional and just to get all of the animations to look right. But I'm really, really happy with the end result. Another really special item that comes with the set is actually the modular dining tables. So we do have 4 parts to the modular dining table. We have the short version and the long version of it, and we also have the end pieces. And all of these are modular. As you can see, there really aren't any seams to them, and that took a long time to figure out as well. But you can mix and match it however you would like. And yeah, as you can see, you can just put all of them together and they should look quite seamless as long as all of them face the same way. You guys see these like arrows? Just make sure that they face the same way, because if you make one of them face the other direction, then obviously it's not going to be seamless. But yeah, this is definitely a thing that ties back into Filipino culture because we love family gatherings, large family gatherings in general. So it's not surprising to find like a really long dining table for a traditional Filipino ancestral house. So yeah, all of these are functional as well. So you can make it as long as you would want it to. And I just wanted to show it off to you guys because these are wider than your typical dining tables in game, and I'm really, really happy with how it turned out. Again, it took so much time and so much trial and error to get everything to look right and to work properly, and yeah, I'm really happy with the end result. And yeah, we also have some tablecloths actually, because I feel like if it's a formal dinner party, you have to have like a long tablecloth. At least that's what Google told me. So for the tablecloth, we have this end piece and this middle piece as well. And I tried to make it seamless, so you can put it together like that. And we also have 2 new round dining tables as well. So we have this 4-seater dining table right here. Once again, this is larger than your typical 4-seater table, and in my opinion, this one has better proportions, because I feel like the 4-seater dining table that comes with the game by default is way too small. And we also have this one, which is the same size as the large round dining table. So it's a 5-seater basically. Or it's a 6-seater? Okay, never mind. So yeah. And basically these round dining tables are just variations of this marble table that came with Old Manila Part 3. If I'm not mistaken. Yep, it's Part 3. But I just want to show off the different swatches that these tables come with. So this one has all of the typical wooden swatches that come with the Old Manila set. This one, though, does have a swatch where it has the marble top. So you guys can use this as a central table if you have like a an antesala or caída that's a bit on the smaller side, like we have in this house actually, you can use this instead of using this version of the center table. So that is pretty much it for the dining tables. I'm trying to think if I forgot anything. I don't think I did. So let's go ahead and move on to the chandeliers and just the lighting fixtures in general. So we do have quite a lot of new lighting fixtures that come with the set, and let me just tell you guys, making lighting in The Sims 4 is not easy because there's like so much that goes into it. But yeah, these all have animations and stuff. Like if you zoom out far enough, you can actually see that there's like some candle animations in there, and it's really hard to get that right. There's like so much that goes into it. And also the fact that the lighting fixtures also light up. There's really a lot that goes into it. And also the fact that the chandeliers themselves are really elaborate pieces. It took me a really long time to get it to look right because of how glass works in The Sims 4. It's really tricky to make the glass look good in The Sims 4, and I'm really happy with how they turned out as well. So as you can see, the chandeliers come in two different versions. There is a version without the shade, and of course there is also a version with the shade as well. There aren't any swatches to these because I tried with different like swatches, but honestly it didn't really make that much of a difference. But these versions with the shade, they do have a swatch where the shades have kind of like this etched glass detail, which is really good. So I think it's really beautiful. So that's that. And of course it comes in 3 different versions for the short, medium, and tall wall height. And for this set we also have some wall sconces. So same with the chandeliers, we have a version without the shade and a version with a shade that has the etched glass detail, which just looks really good. And we also have some crystal candelabras right here. Again, a version without the shade and a version with the shade that has the etched glass detail. And I went ahead and made a single version as well, so you guys can have some of that flexibility, because I thought that this, as beautiful as it is, I thought it was a bit too over the top. So sometimes you might want to just have something in a bedroom that doesn't look as over the top. So I decided to just make like a one candlestick version. And we also have this very interesting thing that you might see in a lot of old houses, especially in tropical areas. This is called a punka, and it's basically a cloth fan that usually hangs on top of the dining table. So yeah, this piece comes in a couple of different swatches. We have this very beautiful green swatch, and this is also the color that they have it in Casa Manila, which served as the main inspiration for these sets. And it also has kind of like this olive swatch, and this comes from the ancestral house of Jose Rizal actually. So just a little Easter egg for you guys who have visited that place. And then these other swatches are just taken from the swatches that we have for the kneelers that come with part 4. If you guys want some of your household items to match, I decided to include those swatches as well. And of course, this also comes in a short, medium, and tall version for the short, medium, and tall wall height. Anyway, before I move on to this section, I just want to show off these 2 new wooden beams, basically. And these are just there for ceiling accents. I was initially gonna include these in part 4, actually. I've had these for a while, but Then I decided not to, and then I decided to make ceilings for this part, and I thought these just worked really well with the ceilings. I think they added that three-dimensional effect, so I went ahead and added them to the set so you guys can, have that additional detail. And lastly, we have these displays. So we have a large buffet and a smaller version. And I really, really love this piece. I think it came out so nice. And it also gave me quite a bit of a hard time, especially making the smaller version because it took so much work to get it to look right. But these have two versions as well. There's a version that has the marble countertop, and there's a version that has the wooden countertop, so you guys can use it however you would like. I really like the marble countertop because I feel like it's just a lot classier looking in my opinion. And of course you have the big one for your grand dining rooms, and you have a small one for your more rustic, intimate dining rooms as well. And these also make for really good shelves. I'll show you guys later, but I did put like books and stuff on here as well. And finally, we have this 4-piece dinner service set. And this set is actually inspired by one of my favorite period dramas. It's The Age of Innocence by Martin Scorsese, the movie with Daniel Day-Lewis and Winona Ryder and Michelle Pfeiffer. I'm so obsessed with that movie. So as you can see, this dinner service comes in 3 different patterns. We have the Royal Crown Derby over here. I believe this is called the King's pattern. And the middle one is also a Royal Crown Derby pattern. I believe this is called the Asian Rose pattern. And the third one is probably my favorite. It's a Lowestoft pattern. And I believe it's called the Blue Rose. And these are also mentioned in The Age of Innocence. They do talk about like the Crown Derby and the Lowestoft dinner service. So I was really excited to incorporate that little Easter egg from like one of my favorite movies. And I did make these a little bit bigger than they probably should be, but I just want to show you guys like my preferred way of displaying these, because you can definitely like mix and match the displays like however you would like, but this is how I like to display them. So yeah, we have, I'm gonna go through like all of the individual items, but we have a soup tureen right here and a sauce boat, and we have a dinner plate and an oval dish. So, you can definitely mix and match. If you go through like the different swatches, there is a swatch that has kind of like this detail in the middle, and there's also a swatch that doesn't have the detail in the middle. So you guys have like some variations that you can play around with. So yeah, really, really happy with how it turned out. Once again, it took me forever to do the patterns and stuff because I had to like make my own patterns for these dinner service, but I think it was worth it, and I love having that little Easter egg from one of my favorite movies. So as per usual, I feel like it's become somewhat of a tradition for these CC overviews to kind of like give you guys a walkthrough of how the house looks like with the latest set. So let's go ahead and slide on to the main living room. As you can see, this room now has the new wallpapers, the wall murals, and the painted ceilings. And I feel like they really add like another layer of realism. And we are also using the crystal chandeliers in this room with a crystal wall sconces, and I think they look really nice. And over here to the side, we do have one of our display cabinets, which I used kind of like as a bookshelf. And over here in the middle, I did replace the large marble top center table with this smaller version that comes with the new sets. And we also have the new wall paintings right by the staircase as well. And of course, the main room that we tackled in this set is the dining room. So this is what it looks like, with the long dining table and with the cloth fans hanging on top of it, and with the buffet displaying the dinner service. So I don't know if I've shown this properly, but this is how it looks like. And yeah, really happy with how everything turned out in the end. Let me know what you guys think. And yeah, I'm really looking forward to creating more stuff for this set as well. I do have a feeling that we are approaching the end of this project. So before I go, I just want to say thank you once again to everybody who supported the Patreon. Your support means a lot to me, and thank you so much for once again geeking out with me about Filipino history and Filipino culture in this video. And yeah, I think that's going to be it. Thank you guys so much for watching. You all have an awesome day. Enjoy the rest of the video, and I will see you guys next time. Bye bye.